This is the plaintiff, Tamika Jernigan. She says she was dealing with the defendant and it was the worst mistake of her life because no matter what she did as the decorator of a wedding, it was never good enough because she didn't get paid in full for her services and is suing for the $1,150 she's owed. This is the defendant, Shantae Moore. She says the plaintiff didn't do her job, plain and simple. And now her new husband of one day had to sweep out the venue because the plaintiff was nowhere to be found. She is accused of wedding woes.
All parties, please raise your right hands. People's Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Marilyn Milian is now presiding. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Ms. Jernigan, you own a business called Sisters and Sisters?
Yes.
And what do you do?
I do event coordinating and decorating. It can be weddings, parties, birthday parties.
So Ms. Moore reached out to you because she was getting married, and what did she say?
She had an ad on Facebook, the garage sale site, and I was looking for something. So I reached out to her and told her that I did events. She was looking for someone reasonable. I asked her what she was looking for and what all she was needing done. I sent her a price quote, and then we went from there.
All right. Now, you sent her a contract, but she never signed the contract, right?
No, due to COVID, she never signed the contract. She did respond back, and we talked verbally.
Why due to COVID? Wait, stop. Why due to COVID?
Because we hadn't met up yet. So I sent her the contract, and then we hadn't met because...
Right, but she could sign it. She could sign it. Hold on. Everybody stop. I want to make sure everybody understands. COVID is responsible for a great deal of all of our misery. But you could have her sign the contract, take a picture, and send it to you. So COVID isn't a reason not to have a contract because we can digitally send things back and forth. So it fell through the cracks. And according to your agreement, you're supposed to be paid in full by when? Before the date?
Yes, before the date. That's correct. Now,
and what happened?
In messages, she was like, I'm going to pay you, if I have to pay you $100 until you're paid in full before the wedding. Okay. And then it changed to I didn't hear from her for a while until the week before the wedding.
On the day of the wedding, how much did she owe you?
$250.
Okay. And did she pay you?
No, she did not pay me. And then she did not only pay me, she didn't pay the DJ, she didn't pay the photographer as well. And
how did you know that?
Because I had left and then I came back to the venue and the DJ made the comment. He's like, hey, I've never seen a bride just skip out and leave and not cut her a cake. Then the photographer came up to me and he said, hey, were you paid? And I said, no, I wasn't paid in full. And he said, well, he hadn't got paid either. And the venue had already told me that she put a deposit and that if I wasn't paid in full, they would give me her deposit. Well, because of the fact that
so
Ms.
Ms. Moore, you're laughing, but she submitted into evidence an audio where the venue was saying you're not having a wedding because you haven't finished paying. I mean, did you have some trouble? Did you bite off a little more than you can chew and owe people a lot of money towards the wedding date? Well,
no,
you were late
not
paying
at
people.
All.
Okay.
What happened?
I know.
When I met Tamika.
Wait a minute. Weren't you right at the cusp of getting canceled by the VFW for not paying them?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. But I had an agreement with the VFW.
Yeah, I've seen the text. I've seen the text where you're supposed to pay. You never went to pay. Then you asked, can I just pay you digitally?
Over
and then, I'll go in some other day. And they said, no, you got to sign paperwork. If you don't come, you're losing the date. And then you finally go. But, that's not how normally it gets done because you were already pressed against the wall.
Well, that's not entirely how it happened because the same. My deposit was coming back, which the same was what he was charging.
Why didn't you pay her? It's the day of the wedding. You're supposed to pay her $250. Why didn't you pay her?
I don't owe Tamika $250. A week prior to the wedding, I gave Tamika $260 cash sitting in my house when we went over the final details for the wedding. When she left, I explained to her that I would give her the remaining $140 after the wedding.
Can you show me proof that you paid everything? Then I'm going to need to see proof of all your payments.
I gave her cash, $260 in my house, and I don't have proof of that. And the other $100 was sent.
Why wouldn't you? Stop. If you gave someone cash, why would you not get a receipt for it?
That is my mistake. now going forward, but I thought that we had a relationship because we had some conversations about some similar medical experiences that we've had. So the conversation just kind of took off, and I didn't think to get the receipt. I never anticipated this being this. When I gave her the 260, and I explained to her then that I would have to give her the remaining balance after the wedding.
You said in a text to her that the cameras in your house will show proof that you gave her 260. Did the cameras in your house show proof that you gave her 260? Can I see those cameras?
I have no idea. I'm not even at home, so I have no idea.
No, I would think that since you thought of saying this to her back in May, that you would have actually checked that before coming to court at the People's Court. Like, in other words, did you ever check to see if you had the proof?
Let me explain this. No, I didn't. I just had a stroke about a week ago. So ever since the wedding and all of this has taken place, there has been so much that has just gone on. So no, I didn't get the cameras.
What happened here, really, Ms. Moore? Did you find out she was gossiping with the other vendors and making you look bad, and so you got angry so you didn't pay her?
I never heard that she was gossiping until after the situation with the champagne glasses came about. I never heard any of that.
And tell me about the champagne glasses.
So my mother paid for the champagne glasses, and I rented them from a rental place. And those were the champagne glasses that were on the table. When we got back to the venue on Monday morning, me and my husband, to clean up, the champagne glasses were not at the VFW. I sent Tamika a message and I asked her, do you have the glasses? And if you'll, call me back, we can talk about your final payment. She never responded. Later on that day, when I didn't hear anything back from the rental company, I just assumed that she had taken them back that day. The next morning, on Tuesday morning, the rental company called me and let me know that the glasses had not been returned. I sent Tamika another message. I called Tamika. She never responded. My mom contacted Tamika.
Hold on one moment. So I do see a series of texts and you're not answering. Why are you not answering? What had happened between the two of you that made you not answer?
Because at this point I was done. Because she said that they're gossiping about her. No, I didn't. When her mom then was making all these demands, I kept it professional and was not trying to let them know that, hey, I haven't even been paid. So all these last minute demands that you're wanting me to do, I'm not doing them because of I wasn't paid. I never told them that.
Did you and the bride have an argument the night of the wedding, or no? Did you guys talk about your payment on the night of the wedding? No.
I was supposed to be paid that day, so I came back to the wedding. I had went and purchased boxes and things to package all my stuff up at the end, and it was in the back of the venue where the champagne glasses were as well. They took all my items and left. So now I'm stuck at the venue and cannot leave because I don't have anything to put all my glassware or nothing in because they've taken them. She responded to me the very next day saying, oh, I found them. It's too late. I had to have all my stuff out of the building that night. So I was like, okay, you can't respond to me. You don't want to pay me. When I ask you about my payment, you sneak off. The only reason that I know that you didn't pay the DJ is because the DJ and photographer approached me and asked me, was I paid? I was under the assumption that they were paid. And they were like, I was like, well, I'm being too nice. I went above and beyond trying to be nice instead of just saying, no, I'm not going to do it. It was so close to her wedding. I was like, okay, I'm going to try to work with her. Well, me working with her was me not getting paid and me being accused of stealing these champagne glasses. The reason that we are even here today
is because of the champagne glasses. Now, did you steal the champagne glasses?
No, I did not. And the fact that she's saying that me and the cook was the only ones in the venue, that's not true. The venue closed, I think, at 11 o'clock that night. They had people all in the venue. They were having karaoke, and they have a whole bar. It was crowded in the venue when I left. So she contacted
Ms. Moore, let me ask you a question. Why do you think she took the wine? She stole the champagne glasses?
Because she's the one who returned them. There was nobody else there with the glasses. So when I contacted Tamika, when I left from cleaning about 12 o'clock, I contacted her and I said, hey, do you have those champagne glasses? Because those need to be returned to A1 as well. Call me so we can talk about your final payment. That was Monday morning. I never heard anything from Tamika. So the next day when the venue contacted me again, I sent Tamika a message on Messenger. And I asked her, I said, hey, I don't know where we went bad at, but, for you to leave my mom on the hook for $400, if you have those glasses, those need to be returned, and we can talk about your final payment, and we can do this amicably. I was
Let me
confused.
see I want to see where you keep saying we can talk about your final payment and do this amicably, because here's what I see. You lied to the venue saying I never paid you, and the rental company saying that I paid nobody. I never pegged you to be that type of person, but I guess looks are really deceiving. I'm asking that you return those glasses and crates and call me like a woman, and we can take care of this amicably. I filed a police report for theft. Please believe I will contact whoever's necessary to put your blank on blast. Karma is a blank, so gone and run them glasses back. Hope to hear from you soon. That doesn't sound so amicable to me. You are the biggest lie. She answers you and says, I don't have the glasses. I didn't take the glasses. I wasn't gossiping. And then you say, you're the biggest liar. I spoke with the rental company and found out that this is your MO. You are just a bona fide thief. I know what I did, with who I did it, and where my money went. But what you did was blank. You just a bona fide thief. You proved to us who you really were. Now I'ma show you who the I am. Is that you trying to make things better and get her paid? Because that doesn't sound that way to me. And now let me ask you a question, because I am looking at the email from A1 Rentals that specifically says you're the one who returned the champagne glasses. She files a police report. She tells the police she thinks it's you. You're saying, I have no idea what you're talking about. And then you return the champagne glasses? Start talking.
I did return the champagne glasses. I did not take the champagne glasses. I knew who took the champagne glasses, and I went and I got the champagne glasses after her mom called me and left me a voicemail saying that she rented them. I did not take
Wait,
the champagne.
stop. Why wouldn't you have just told them I saw somebody steal them and told them who to follow? Because by then the police have been called and everything. Because it looks mighty suspicious. It looks like maybe you were angry you didn't get paid, so you took the champagne glasses so the night wasn't a total loss. That's kind of how it looks when you're the one who returns it. If you knew who took the... Stop. If you knew who took the champagne glasses, why don't you just tell her, hey, so-and-so took the champagne glasses, and let the chips fall where they may? Why would you be the one who returns the champagne glasses?
Okay, can I speak? Okay, because I was done talking to her. I did not take the champagne glasses. They were at my sister's house. My sister, who actually helped me set up the venue, she took the champagne glasses and said that, hey, until she pays you your money, I didn't actually know she took them. So I contacted the venue, the VFW, and
what happened to until she pays you your money? Until she pays you your money? Where were you going with that? Until she pays you your money, I'm going to keep these, right? So you know where the champagne glasses are.
Correct. Now, the evidence where I did return them. So, but before she even sent this message,
Ms. Moore, the champagne glasses get returned. Your mother doesn't get charged. And what is your defense now to paying her the rest of what you owe her on the contract?
Even if you look at my messages on the 18th, the very last message I sent to Tamika, I told her, I said, I started this off saying that we could do this amicably. When you're ready to come at me like a woman, we can talk about your final payment. I've never once told Tamika I wasn't paying her. Every conversation that we've ever had.
You keep thinking that telling someone you're not, I never once said I wasn't going to pay you is somehow a defense. That's not a defense. If you're supposed to pay them and you didn't, then you breached it. You were supposed to have paid her before the event. Nobody works at a wedding without getting paid. That is already you breaching the contract. And then on the night of the wedding, they're supposed to get paid, and then you still didn't pay her. So you can't just keep saying, I never told you I wasn't going to pay you, because they can't pay their bills with that, all right?
I never told her I was paying her the night of the wedding.
Well, you owed it 2 weeks before the wedding. All right, so tell me what happened with the packing materials.
I still have that.
So you never bothered to get them because by then you didn't need some...
Correct, because at the venue, I had to have all the stuff out. And the reason that they took the crates and the wine glasses is because all the stuff had to be out of the building that night, which no one was there to take them. So my sister took them, which I didn't know that she took them until the next day. And she said, well, hey, I got those
let me just tell you, in case anyone thinks I believe you, I want you to know that I know you're lying. I know
Okay,
you're
well, I have
lying
messages to
about
prove
whether
that. I
you
have
knew
messages.
the champagne classes were no, let me tell you how it works. I hear the evidence and I decide who's lying, and I know beyond the shadow of a doubt that you are lying about that. You were angry, you were talking to people about the fact that she didn't pay you. I don't blame you for
That's
being
not true.
angry, but I do blame you for taking collateral. All right? And I
Can
don't
I
think
ask
your
a
sister
question?
would take that. No, stop talking over me. I don't think your sister would take the champagne glasses without you knowing. Now, you're suing for amount paid to workers. That was part of the original contract, though. She was never supposed to pay an additional amount to workers. So why would she owe you the additional amount to the workers?
It wasn't the fact that because of the fact that she waited until she paid for the venue late. So the time that I was supposed to have to decorate, I didn't have. So I paid them.
And what's the
my
defamation
pocket
case that you have against her? You have a $750 defamation case. Tell me about that claim.
Okay, first she posted all on Facebook. She was making messages that I had stole the wine glasses. She told A1 that I had stole the wine glasses and that she was making posts all over Facebook, but then she blocked me off Facebook. And so I couldn't see anything. But they contacted me and was like, hey, what is she wanting you for? Because I see you making these posts on Facebook. So then I hadn't been on Facebook because I'm busy. I do a lot of work, other things. I have a job, I have kids. So I got out there and I saw the messages, and that's when I seen where she had tried to contact me. So then I reached that night when she sent me the messages about going off about the glasses. The glasses had already been returned, but she had already, I guess they didn't contact me.
Hold on. The glasses had already been returned. I'm not so sure about that, because when she asked you about your glasses, I see about the champagne. Just a second. Don't talk over me. When she asks you about the champagne glasses, your answer is, I don't know anything about any champagne glasses, when we know you do. Then there's a police report. The wedding was on the 14th. The police report is not even authored until the 18th. That is 4 days later. Even according to your story, you knew by the next day that you had the champagne glasses. So I presume that did the police call you?
No, I have not been contacted by the police, and there's also a letter from the A1 party.
Okay, and then we've got the A1 folks saying, and this is after Shantae tells you that she's called the police and she's filed a police report and blah, 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 blah. All of a sudden, later on that afternoon, on the day she files a police report, you came by in person and you tell them about the police report. And within an hour of you going there, and you told them, I'm going to let her know I
Well,
filed the police report. Within an hour of that, magically,
I was never notified
Tamika
that
comes
a
by
police
with the
report was-
flutes. You're doing it again.
I was never.
Magically,
Sorry, but-
you're doing it again. I'm still in the middle of a sentence. Magically, she comes by with the flutes. And A1 asks her, because this is according to the email by A1, I tried asking her how she obtained them earlier, since she had told me. So you had told A1 you didn't know where they were, so that's a lie, okay? And she said
told
she
them
got
I
them
didn't
from
have them.
somebody who wasn't paid. You got them from somebody who wasn't paid, okay? And we are lucky that she was able to get them back. And so A1 asks you, so someone thought it was okay to steal our property because they were wronged by somebody else? She shrugged off the question and left. All right, Ms. Moore, what is your defense to paying the remainder of the contract, other than that you hate
There
her?
is no-
What is your defense?
Because
You're not out anything for the champagne glasses. Great.
No, I
so
don't
what
hate
is
her.
your
I don't have
defense
any
to
bad-
paying?
I'm gladly able, ready, and willing to pay, but she never responded to me until after I said something about
Never
the
contacted
police
me again.
report.
Okay.
This is the first time I've seen her
Listen
talk
to me.
Tamika.
Someone who's gladly, ready, willing, and able to pay, pays. You know, because you've got
I
a
can't
cash
pay
app,
if she
so you
doesn't
can pay.
respond. She doesn't
Oh, you
respond to
can,
me.
though.
I don't have anything.
You can. You can mail a check. Of course you can. You can mail a check
I don't know
to the
where
address
I don't have
on
an
the-
address for Tamika. You are correct.
Oh, but you have a
and I'm not going to
contract.
defend that.
You know you can. Right, of course not. You didn't pay because she made you angry, like all your texts exhibit. And you say to her
I didn't
over
get
and over,
angry.
you're going to see who you're f***ing with. Oh, I don't know. That's kind of where I come from. When someone says to me, you're going to see who you're f***ing with, that kind of tells me that you're me. All right, so I have listened to all of you, and here's my decision. I don't believe that you are entitled to extra money to get paid to the workers, because had she paid you that night, that's not something that she would have been obligated to pay. That's just something that you're making up now. It was part of the original contract. Whoever you used to help you is up to you. So you don't get that. Regarding the packing materials, we're talking about some Dollar General bags that were available to you the next day. I realize what you're saying. That was an inconvenience to you, and you had to, fish around and get some boxes and stuff. But by the same token, it's your job to make sure that your stuff is not taken. So rather than having left it in the venue, you could have put them in your car for safekeeping to make sure nobody took that. I don't think she owes you $25 for packing materials. Regarding defamation of character, we have a situation where even I believe that you were in cahoots at least by the next day on keeping champagne glasses because you hadn't gotten paid, so that would not a defamation case make. And regarding the amount that you are still owed, I do agree with you. You say you have paid her more and that she's owed less. When you want to prove that you paid something, you get a receipt for it. Or you pay through a check, so you'll have proof, or you pay through a Cash App, but you can't just say, I paid you more than that. Especially someone who's in your position the day before the wedding, paying people who are all threatening to back out, like the VFW. I don't buy that you paid her more. I don't trust that testimony. I am ordering you to pay her the $250 that you were supposed to pay her. That is my verdict. Good luck, folks.
Thank you.
Ms. Moore, what do you think about what the judge just ordered? I know you're not happy with her, but you got to give her some more money.
I'm still fine. I am perfectly happy. I'm glad that she has her money. She can move on, and I can move on as well.
How was the wedding, by the way? We haven't heard much about that. Was it okay?
It was wonderful. It was something brought together by God. So nothing can separate that.
Well, that's good. All right. Sorry it ended up in a court case. No question about that. Ms. Jernigan, it's interesting. You're getting $200 back, but the judge didn't believe half of your testimony, called you a liar a number of times. What do you think about that?
I don't agree with that because, one, I didn't lie, and two, she left them there. She left all her stuff there and didn't get him when she was supposed to. So.
All right. Well, that's the end of the case. Thank you very much. I'm sorry it ended up in a court case. What a shame.
Thank you.
Here are the judges.
This brought me back. Weddings, lots of moving parts to weddings. Things can go wrong. I remember during our wedding, one of my friends was moving my car and the clutch got stuck on the car in the middle of the reception. No,
I'm going to tell that story. We were sitting, I was in a wedding gown, you were in a tuxedo, and we were in the middle of our wedding. And the boys who were tasked with bringing your stupid sports car to the venue said that it had stopped. It was like a 10-year-old.
Yeah, the clutch got stuck.
Right. So you got up in your tux
I'll be right back.
And said, I'll be right back. I've got to go to the 7-Eleven
and get up my sleeves.
Right. I grabbed you by the tailcoats and said, I'm in a wedding dress and you're not going anywhere. And you sat down.
I kind of vaguely remember that.
I should have. That was like a warning sign, but by then we were married.
Time to run out and just go the other way, right?
Too late.
Right. So Anthony wants to know this. Hey, Harvey, if you purchase a car from another state, which state laws are followed, the buyer's state or the seller's? By the way, love the new format. Here's the thing. When you have a contract, you can sue in one of two places if they're different. You can sue where the defendant resides, or you can sue where the contract is made. And if the contract is made in both states, you have an argument that you can sue in yours, even if you're the plaintiff.